Hello, YouTube.
All right, it's yo boy, MC Fireworks here, back for another YouTube video. And I'm actually super excited for this one because this actually is probably going to be my first quality YouTube video. And this is great because I've always wanted to do a firework video like this. So we got the fireworks here. I'm going to set it up. I'm going to show you all the setup. We're going to be setting it up right over here on this little flat area. It's pretty big, and then the people are gonna be standing over there. We got a pretty big crowd coming. I think there's gonna be like 30 or 40. I'm not really sure. I don't really care though. But I'll go over everything you'll need to do to set up a fireworks show of your own. This all costed about, I'm gonna say, it was a little over $1,000. But it'll still be great because, I mean, it always is, in my opinion. I'm going to be honest. I think my fireworks show is probably one of the best non-professional ones around here. Just throwing that out there. So I'll show you the setup first, and then I'll talk about everything I do. So let's get started. So for the actual show, I look for flat area, and I know usually you're not supposed to put fireworks on grass, but as long as it's flat area, I've never had a problem with it. This is, I think, my 6th fireworks show or something, so I definitely kind of know what I'm talking about. I mean, I think I do. I mean, I've done it 6 or 7. I want to say it's my 6th year, so I do kind of know a lot. So first of all, let's go over the actual show. So I try to make it last about 15 or 20 minutes, 25, 30, pretty short. You don't want to drag it on. I usually try to do about 2 cakes a cue. So I have a cue list right here on this. Usually I just put this on notes, but since I'm recording on my phone, I can't do it on my notes. So I just wrote it down on this piece of paper. So sorry if you can't read my retarded ass handwriting. I can read it, so that's all that matters. So basically what I do is I put a 1, and then I put a dash, and then I put what this is. So Q1 is actually this, which is the 20-shot mortar rack. Now you can build these mortar racks. I built them. You just hire your local redneck, and there's plenty of YouTube videos on it. So I actually have 5 of these mortar racks, 2 over here, and then 1 over there, and then 1 over there. And how you do it is there's videos on how to fuse this on YouTube, but I kind of do it my own. Well, no, not really my own way. So I'll give you. So basically, this is quick fuse. It's just a full line of quick fuse. It goes all the way around here. This is 2.5 second a foot, 2.5 second per foot fuse. I buy it from fanandfuse.com. And basically, it's just going to go very quickly down the line, and then down here, you buy these tubes. I bought it off, I think it's pyroboom.com. You just buy any tubes. They're like, I don't really remember. I built these like a couple years ago. I don't think they were too much. I think they're like 30 or 40 for a mortar rack. And then, so this one is actually just two mortar racks, and then it's got a piece of wood on the top and bottom on each side. So it's kind of just, chilling. So these are actually, I put on the side as well. I put the cue number right here with tape and a Sharpie, and then I put what's in it, which is small ball. This is just small ball artillery shells, so I'll actually show you. It's a small ball, and this whole rack is just small ball artillery shells there. So for Q2, I actually start on the far right and I go to the left, and then I think it's Q, I don't know what it is, it's like Q11. It starts over there and then down there. Alright, so that actually might rain, which is kind of scary. So when you're playing your fireworks show, don't do it during the rain. Don't do it when it's supposed to rain. So hopefully it doesn't rain. If it does, we're kind of, out of luck. But for Q2, for the cakes, I usually like to start off with something big for the show, and then I go into littler stuff, and then I slowly get bigger. And then for the pre-finale and the finale, I usually go pretty big. Your finale, you want to be good, obviously, because that's what people are going to remember the show by. So I usually start with something good, and this is the intro. 20 shot. It's going to be really fast, 2.5 second fuse for 20 shots. For the cakes, I usually like to start with something small. So this is actually 2F, which F is for front. I usually just do orientation. I've never actually seen anyone do this before. You have 2F, and then you have, this one will have 2B on it, which is 2 back. So that's Q2. And then I actually messed up the numbers a little here, but I did it right on this paper, so I know I did it right. So this is actually supposed to be 3SS, which is SS is side by side. So we have that one, and I have this one, and those just go side by side. I see you have Psycho Fury at 3F, and then you got Magicology and 3B, and I tried to space these out, you know, a little decently far. We're actually hand lighting this show this year. I know the professionals, they use electric, which kind of sucks, but I'm not gonna say I don't like electric, but electric is usually a little bit, it's a little harder to set up and it takes a little longer. But I'm actually lighting this show with 2 propane lighters. So I'm gonna have one and my friend's gonna have one, and this is just propane. And then these are 2 lighters. I bought this one on Amazon. It was like, I'm gonna say $35, and then I don't really remember what this one cost. I've had this for like 6 years. This one I got last year, so it works great. So you're gonna light it with those. And then going down the line here, you know, how I find the cues, by the way, is I figured out if it needs to be a small firework or a big firework cake, whatever, that goes with it. And I try to find about 2. I mean, you can do 2. If you're doing a bigger show, you can do 4 cue. But I usually try to find 2 fireworks. And the most important thing is it has good duration. And if it's like a fan or basically anything that does not shoot up in the air and explode, I usually try to put that one in the front. So like, for example, this one is not a cake. It's a bunch of 400 shots of red, green, blue, and gold crackling palm. It's not going to go that high. It's not going to be that big because, you know, 400 shots, it can only pack so much, right? So you got 4. Well, I actually messed up these numbers, but this is actually 5. You got 5, which is Beta Hook and Killer Clown. And again, I try to get the closest duration possible as a cake. A couple of these I've had before, and if I've had them before, I just put it at the beginning of the show because I've already seen them, and you know, I try to switch it up. So actually for Q6, I've done a little bit of a different one. Since this is the last cue of the smaller fireworks, I'm actually doing 4 of these Southern Nights, all different colors. The reason why I'm doing Southern Nights is, being honest, because it's $2.50 each. So it's only $10, and I got 4 of them. And how I did it is I zip tied these 2 fuses together on both sides, so you can do them both at the same time with just 2 lighters. So it's just 2 zip ties, and the fuses are zip tied together. For 7, this is an obvious fan, so I obviously put it at the front. You know, you got 7 back, which is instant replay, which is a smaller one. And then now is when we switch to a little bit of the bigger cakes. So we got a Shark Bite, and I've actually did this one first because I've had it before. And I did this one in the front, so I guess it's a fan. I can't really remember, but so I did this one first. This was the first 500 grand, and then I chose one that has similar duration, which was Cloud 9 in this case. So if you see a little water on the cake, because it's raining a little bit, but these will be fine with a little bit of water. It was just a little bit. It was like 30-second rain. Striker Serpent here, which is, it's a little bit of a better cake. I usually see the better cakes towards the end with Neon Fever. Again, I go for duration. There's a fan, I put it in front. Most of this, basically all this planning I did yesterday, so I basically pretty much know what the show's gonna look like even before it starts. You know, I just get to see it in real life now. But I also, the day before, I remove the fuse coverings and I do all that stuff. So this is 10R, which is right, and then 10 left, 10L, whatever. Just put them side by side, you know, space them out. You know, these are just 2 cakes I thought would look good together, side by side. So I put them next to each other. So going down the line again, we got, I don't even know what number we're on, 11, but I'm not sure if that's right. Again, yeah. We got Oh Yeah and Berserk. We still got 2 cakes of Q. I try to go for like 16, 18 Qs. About a minute for each Q, I'd say. You know, give or take a little more, a little less. You know, the more Qs, obviously, the least amount of breaks you have to make it a little quicker of a show. And I don't like breaks really, so I try to give as least amount of breaks as possible. The next one, we're really going into expensive cakes. I mean, I'm gonna pay like $35 for this one. And Voodoo Devils, and we got the R and the L. I'm gonna put it on the top just so I can see it. Same for the next one, Big Talking Daddy and Balls of Steel. Bamboozle and Elvis Viva Las Vegas is the next one. And now we actually get into the, towards the end here. We got my favorite 3-inch cake of all time. I actually got this as a freebie. It was the last one where I went. I got it as a freebie because if you spend a lot, Fireworks fans, you should give you some free. So I actually got Wacky Tobacco. It's got the perfect name. I love that name. It's a 3-inch. It's my favorite 3-inch. It really goes high. And I actually put this by itself because I've had it before and it has really big breaks. So I like it. And then now we get into the pre-finale, which again, I have to tie the fuses together because I want these synchronized. So you try to give it as much time. I got the 2.5 half per second foot again fuse. And these are just connecting the two. And I actually did blue pink. I've also had these cakes before. I bought 4 of them just because they're basically only one color. This is blue and white and this is pink with white. It's all the same thing. So it's gonna look very similar. So I don't know, I just thought it'd look cool. So I'm actually sorry, but that one's actually after this. So I didn't have any place to put these mortar rags, and I also put them towards the end of the show right here because I didn't really have anywhere else to put them. Because these don't really fit well with cakes because these light really quickly. So I have 10 shot mortar racks side by side. This one has some larger balls in it. And then this one has the small balls again with purple fuse, which is 5 seconds a foot. So it's a little slower than the first one down there, the yellow quick fuse, but it'll still be quick. We got some of the larger balls in this one, so, and then the last mortar rack for the finale, we got the bigger. Usually I try to go with canister, but I got a deal for the small balls, so I went with the small balls. I usually go with, just bigger, altogether artillery shells. So now we go into the finale. I like big finales. I like, just because when you have a big finale, this is the most important part because this is the part that people remember, right? You ain't gonna remember the middle of the show. Wow, that was a cool, 30 seconds, 2.5 minutes in fireworks. I like the 2.5 minute part. No one says that. They say it's a nice finale. That's how you remember a show by. So I usually go big. I have 4 bombs here. I've had these before. I've done these in a finale. Just these 4, which is really cool. I really liked it. It was a great finale. These are expensive cakes. This is probably like $120 just right here. But we actually added even more. We got another 10 shot mortar rack, which actually has some peanuts in it. If you don't know what a peanut shell is, I'll show you without absolutely exploding the fuse here. So basically a peanut shell kind of looks like a peanut, like that. And this has 2 breaks, but they're a little smaller. You usually want to go for canisters, which is what I usually get, because you can really feel when you get a canister, you can just feel how much heavier it is. And so yeah, this is what a canister is, in case you didn't know. I don't remember what brand this was. Is this a canister shell? My favorite ones are Excalibur. If you don't know what that is Google them. They're my favorite artillery shells. They're the number 1 rated. I'm pretty sure Wacky Tobacco is a number 1 rated 3-inch cake, but I could be wrong there. So we got the So obviously these are fused together because we only have 2 lighters and I want to do it synchronized. So we have those all, and then we have this and this, which is actually Marilyn Monroe Dynamite. And I did this one in the finale, not just because of the picture, okay? I didn't do it because of the picture or the name. I mean, it definitely, you know, gave it some bonus points, but it's actually because it had a high shot count and it was longer. It was pretty much longer than any of the cakes I had up here. So I put this one in the finale with this. So this is actually probably going to be one of the bigger finales I've had, which is cool. I like it. Hopefully it goes good. So that's about it for the setup. One more thing to note is I actually just put these mortar racks. I put these a little far away. You might notice I put them a little far away, except for that one. I put them a little far away so they wouldn't cross ignite. You know, there's a chance a spark could, you know, hit one of these fuses and light all that, which wouldn't be good. So I put it out of the way. And I didn't put the 20 shot one away just because we're lighting it first. So there's nothing that's going to cross ignite. I'm going to set my camera angle on the tripod over there and all that stuff. So the warm-up board, which I light all my, you know, extra fun fireworks. You know, you got the actual big show itself, but you know, you gotta have some fun every once in a while. I got the parachutes and a bunch of jumping jacks. So yeah, that's about it for the setup. Also, one more thing. If you're lighting this in dry grass, this isn't dry grass. I know it's not dry because it's green. If it's like brown grass, if it's dead or whatever, I recommend, you know, watering it before you light a show. Oh yeah, and just one more bonus tip. If you put the fireworks closer to the audience, it makes your show look nicer. Just because the fireworks are gonna look bigger. Now that these are this close though, there is a chance of, you know, the audience getting hit by shrapnel, which if it happens, it's not the end of the world. Honestly, I feel like it's worth it. So, I mean, if you can, I mean, I wouldn't say put them 5 feet away, but, you know, I'm a good 50 yards, something like that, I don't know. Yeah, it's a good 30, 40, 50 yards. This is sort of what goes into my backyard fireworks. Well, this actually is what goes into my backyard fireworks show. It seems a lot more complicated than it actually is, but it makes for a good show. You know, I plan this, you know, months down the road because it's exciting, right? So let's go into the show now. Let's do it. All right, here we go. What's gonna happen? Oh, those are artillery shells. Yep. He's good. That's pretty good.
go up pretty high.